for that?
I believe it was 5 separate craft.
That's some straight UFO shit right there.
That's when I started seeing all of the lights and the contact that I've been witnessing. I just kept filming and looking up at the sky, and it just started happening more frequently.
Look, what is that? What is that? What was that?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Alien Strand Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Ledesma, and welcome to today's show. Man, it's been an interesting one. I mean, I've been gone for 2 weeks already, and I missed you guys. I'm sorry we wasn't be able to put a podcast out, but I had a lot of things going on in the background. A lot of family things were happening. But hey, man, welcome to Alien Strand Podcast. Welcome to Disclosure. Welcome to Ufology, and just welcome to all this good stuff that's happening right now. We are live on YouTube right now. We are live on X. We are live on Instagram right now. We're live. Thank you guys for watching Instagram right now. Thank you guys for just kind of watching to see what's everything's. Hey, John Dickinson's out there. Good to see you, my buddy. Hey, you too, brother. You too. Always sharing the good stuff that's going on with Alien Strand. Now, we're going to present you with a lot of evidence today, okay? So we all have been hearing the stories of the Miami, the aliens that happened over there, the incident that happened over there. We're going to bring that to you here in a little bit. And I just want you guys to kind of be sure that everything we're about to tell you is we're just going to give you the information, okay? That's up to you to decide whether if you believe it or you don't. You put it together, but we're giving you all the evidence and all the good things that are out there. The Giggle Fits, indie music, great people out there. Watch their music there on YouTube. They're all over the place, even on Facebook. Go check them out. That's with Miss Regina Palmer. And her man out there on that guitar, he just wails on that guitar. He does a great job. Anyway, so catch us on Alien Strand right there. Support us on Patreon. We are there live. Actually, we're live on audio platform tonight. We're actually on iHeartRadio. We're on SoundCloud. We're on all that good stuff. Spreaker right now. Check us out there. We are live on Spotify, I believe. So go check us out there if you're just listening tonight. You guys be safe on the road when you guys are driving. Listen to Alien Strand Podcast. If you see a UFO, be sure pull over, take a picture, be safe, and appreciate all the truck drivers out there that are working hard for us and bringing all the good stuff to all the stores. Because without the truck drivers, man, I don't know where we'd be without you. But thank you guys for listening to the show. Of course, Alien Strand Extras. Go check us out on Patreon. Download that app. Go check it out. We're gonna have some merch coming out on that Alien Strand. Now, I know I brought this up the other day, about a week and a half ago, but we had things happen. We had to reschedule. So this coming weekend, we're gonna have Mr. Jacob Carley, and he's going to be talking about his Bigfoot encounter, man, out of the Dakota area. I don't know. I believe it's South Dakota. I'm not sure. It might have been North, but he's got a really, really good story to tell. And I just thought that his story was amazing. And you guys are going to have to see this because it's going to be this weekend coming up. All right, I'll let you guys know whether it's Friday or Saturday, but this show is coming up. Okay, so don't forget the middle two is coming out. We are signed up on 2 platforms already. We're just waiting for them to open up the floodgates, and get this film out. Okay, and that's what it's gonna be. Okay, now I just found out today a little disclosure on the middle part 2. Now, I wasn't able to set prices on the middle, so whichever platform you're watching on, they are the ones that are going to set the pricing on whatever you're watching, however they feel it's worth. Okay, so please don't get upset about it. Whatever, it might be up there, it might be real cheap too, might be like 99 cents, but hey, it's okay as long as you guys watch it, check it out. Okay, when it comes out. Now, the middle tetralogy, we're working on it. We have all our flyers. Part 1 is done. Part 2 is done. Part 3, I'm halfway, and then we're going to be working on part 4. Get ready for that. That's coming up soon. Man, you guys going to have to watch these documentaries because these people, they poured their hearts out on the disclosure and things that happened to them. You guys need to listen to these stories. Of course, we're waiting for it to come out on Amazon Prime, and that will be coming out soon. The middle 2, go check us out there. Now, actually, I just found out again this morning that the regular middle of first one is out on Nat 12. 13 channels live. We're out there. So now we're on 13 channels worldwide. Okay. So this documentary film is getting out there worldwide. All right. And I appreciate all you guys for just watching it over and over. If you can, it's free, man, on Tubi TV, TCL, all those good channels. It's free. Go check it out. Also, don't forget to follow us on Alien Strand Disclosure Project. Because remember, there's no I in team. We all work together. All right. So, this is going to be this topic that I'm going to talk about today. But it's a little touchy one because things happened, right? And I'm going to show you something real quick, real fast before we start. It's going to be a video. Now, I want you to see this video real quick. This is with 2 guys that actually witnessed this event, and you could tell that they're really blown away about what that happened there in Miami, Florida, right there in that area. Okay. At that mall. And they're kind of shooken up about it. And they just you can tell they don't know how to act, right? Because they're like, I've never seen anything like this before, right? So let me show this to you before I go any further. Here we go. Watch this.
Me and my brother were there in Miami, and it's so crazy that you guys don't believe in that, but we saw 12 fucking goddamn foot fucking aliens, no fucking lie. And what happened when my brother tried to record, everything turned off.
A loud explosion. That's what
there was a lot of
everybody
explosion.
Everybody run. All you seen was a bunch of little 14-year-old, like 15-year-old.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Fucking running, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and then immediately
go,
everything
like,
turned off. Everything turned off. And so that's
what I saw, bro.
Yeah, that's why nobody has any of that footage. That you guys are wondering why you didn't get the footage, because as soon as everything turned off, as soon as you saw that creature, everything turned off.
I've seen a man on stilts. That wasn't no fucking man on stilts.
No, it wasn't no man on stilts. How do you have a man on stilts when it was a shadow creature?
Nah,
Get the fuck out of here.
Was moving like it. Nah, dog.
And they're gonna take it down soon. So
yeah, they will.
It's gonna be on.
All right. So these guys, excuse the F-bombs, but hey, man, I mean, when you're distraught and you've seen something, you just trying to figure out exactly what you were witnessing. These guys, of course, they're the tough ones, the tough guys out there, and they're not used to seeing things like that and how else to express yourself but that way. So, and I believe the things that happened to them out there. Now we're going to look at it. This place was called Bayside. There in the Bayside Mall there in Florida. So I'm going to show you this photo here about the area where this thing actually occurred around the Florida at the very bottom of the handle there, where this incident happened. Right now, there's a lot of conflicting stories of exactly what happened. Now, the police officers out there saying that there was a fight. You know, a bunch of gang of kids were out there fighting and they're throwing bottle rockets at each other. You know, fireworks, and the people just kind of freaked out. You know, and everybody started running for cover, scattering, and going everywhere that they could go to because they didn't know exactly what was happening. But there was some different witnesses that actually saw something there, right? That happened. Now, one gentleman, he actually said that he was up there on the balcony looking down. Now, if you look at the bottom left picture, look at the bottom. He was up in the balcony, kind of looking down. He says he sees these 4 kids, or they're dressed nicely. And he saw them. They pulled out something that looked like a DVD player or something like that. They put it on the ground. They had these goggles that looked like welding goggles on. He says, he goes, I don't know what they were. I've never seen glasses like that before, whatever. And he says, and then they turned this thing on the ground, right? So when it turned on, it lit up. And when it lit up, he says, I saw this shadow creature, 10 foot or whatever. He goes, I saw a leg and an arm come out, but it looked like a shadow coming out of this bright light. And that's when people started getting back and started kind of getting in fear of what they were seeing, right? And this is what this guy is claiming what he saw. He says, I did not have my phone on me at the time, but, I was able to see what was coming out of this thing. He goes, and it looked huge, like a large, shadowy figure. Now, the photo I'm showing right now is something that somebody caught on the outside of it looked like a bright object that was just like illuminating, and then this creature that was walking around pops out of there, right? Now, as strange as it seems, or when all this was unfolding, mind you, people running for cover, police cars everywhere, they just didn't know where to go or where to run or what was going on. There was just so much confusion, right? They thought it was an active shooter, right? That's why there was so many freaking police there that they just didn't understand, what was happening or whatever, right? Now, I'm going to show you this video real quick. And this is going to be of the Miami Police Department, of their tinfoiled hat, what they're pretty much going to call us, because we're reporting this right now. Their report that they put out on Instagram. Now, check this out real quick, and then I'm giving you 2 sides of this story, right? And I want you guys to kind of figure it out for yourself, but I'm going to give you a lot of evidence as well. Now, watch this.
That are going viral on social media right now. First, our response to that big incident in Bayside Marketplace. What happened was there was about 50 or more juveniles that were shooting fireworks at people. There was also some looting going on. So officers that were on that scene were having a little bit of trouble containing it. So they called what is called a citywide 3, which every officer in the city responded. That's why you saw so much police presence for that call to contain that crowd. Now, there is now video going viral of 8 to 10 foot aliens walking around Bayside. Is actually just a person walking with a shadow. So I can confirm to you all here today right now that there are no aliens in Miami in Bayside Marketplace at the moment. So it's Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend and stay safe.
All right, so that's their rendition of what happened that evening. Now, do you guys, do you guys believe that story? Or it's like what me and Terry talk about sometimes. Sometimes they try to cover the narrative with a different story to so you guys won't know exactly what's happening, right? And it's hard to think about what it is, right? John, you're exactly right, brother. Bullshit. Exactly. So, and then I'm going to show you the shadow figures real quick of what these people were catching on their cameras. Okay. So these are the shadow figures that they caught on one video camera that somebody was taping at the time. Now I'm going to show you the exact the video footage to this. It's very short, but somebody's narrating it as well. I try to grab as much information from different platforms as possible. Now, these don't belong to me. I know that, but this is a disclosure. They're putting it out there, and I'm putting it out there for you, and we're putting it out there for you. So these are the creatures that they said that were standing about 10 feet, 12 feet, all the way up to 15 feet. There was 3 of them walking around. Now look at the shape of these things, man. I don't know if you can see it, but out in audio world, compared to the people, these things are huge. Right? Strange kind of shapes to them as well. And people were just like freaking out. They didn't understand exactly what they were seeing out there, right? So if people in audio land are not watching around there, it's like a mall. Let's just say there's 2 sections to the first floor, second floor, and there's a part in the middle, like a hallway, and you can see these 3 giant creatures. They're taking this photo from the bottom floor, straight facing these things. Now these things are almost as tall as the second floor. Their heads are about to hit the ceilings of this first floor. So that you're taking a good mall, 10, 12 feet. They usually have their ceilings pretty high. I know that because I go to the malls. I know builders. I've seen the way structures are made. And by that photo, you can pretty much see what's going on there, right? As far as that shadowy figure. Facebook user says they are huge. Shannon says the body language shows he's not telling the truth. She's talking about the police officer that was talking a little while ago. Now, I'm going to show you one more video that's going to match to this actual photo that you're seeing here, okay? And you're going to be able to see these things actually move, okay? These are the things that are not happening. So the Miami Police Department said, these things are not happening. These are the things that people did not see, okay? These are the shadow figures that were kids running around with fireworks, right? Mind you, I'm just giving you the information. All right. I'm going to show you this video. I don't know if you've seen it before, but check this out.
You can see these creatures were massive, dark, shadowy, and they do look humanoid. Tell me what you think.
Bro. Everyone's going this way. Yo, what is that?
Take a look at this brand new footage coming.
Did that just blow your mind? Because it blew mine. Oh my God. These things are walking towards the people in the mall. I mean, you could see that they're walking large strides, the way the heads and everything's just kind of moving in this motion. I mean, did whoever was messing with these things, did they open up some kind of portal? That's what we're trying to figure out here, right? In the ufology world, and we always know that there's some kind of portals that these UFOs and extraterrestrials will come through. We've seen them up in the skies. And I'm not talking the SpaceX rocket launches, when it still's a circle. We know what those are. We know the difference between those and an actual portal, right? Anibal says, I have not seen anything like them, but I've heard of them by others. People are saying out there, definitely not human. Just by watching this photo. The middle one looks blue. They look like three kings walking. These are all the comments that people are talking about in the background. We believe it happened by the way of teens fighting and happened some place else. Huh. Looks like a movie from Queen of the Damned. You know, there's a lot of speculation out there of what these things are, right? Or what they're not. And we always try to figure out exactly, you know, what these things are and why they try to um, cover these things up, right? And I have right now, I got two guests right now in the background, and we're going to talk about this. And actually, one, my guest, is going to be coming on right now, so you guys can listen to him a little bit. He lives close by, not too far. I'm not talking, you know, a mile or two. He lives a little bit away, but he's not far from there, and he knows a lot of people there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Mr. David Aliff, ASDP ufologist, and with our supernatural department. So check him out. Here we go.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
How you doing, brother?
Not too bad.
All right, man. So the evidence that I just showed right now, and I know you've been kind of going through this back and forth with me, also on Instant Messenger, back and forth about what you have been seeing, you know, as far as the videos, things like that. What are your thoughts exactly of this mall incident?
There's a lot to it, man. There's a lot. I think there's going to be coming out even more. You know, I think people are sitting on footage that they're afraid to release. Um, One guy was talking about that police were stopping people as they were leaving and checking their phones. Why
Right.
would they check their phones?
Exactly.
You know, they don't want it to get out. Um, That's pretty crazy.
Um, now, and I know you've been doing this for a little bit too, and you're an experiencer yourself. Um, what are your thoughts of these things? Do you think that it was a possible of a portal, or what is going through your mind when you saw something like this?
Definitely, definitely. I've seen it before. So, there's another video out there of I think I shared it with you yesterday, and it shows a area of light. Everything's dark around it, and on the inside you can see like two creatures going back and forth, or figures, not
Right.
creatures, but
Right.
you know. And what is that, like doorway to somebody's house? I don't think so. it's it's look into into their world, you know.
Why do you think that maybe these teens had something? Do you think they were probably maybe those teens were extraterrestrial themselves, or that maybe they were able to make something that opened up a portal in a sense? You know what I mean?
Could have, definitely could have. Or look at it another way. Maybe they were there to cause a little bit of mischievousness, and they had some firecrackers, like they said, and then they saw this and started firing at them. You
Right.
know, as a kid, why not? Because you'd think that they're just, you know, circus actors or something like that, or you know, to take you by surprise. You got bottle rockets and whatnot. Why not fire a couple?
Right.
You know?
Just to throw off the main thing
Yeah,
that's happening, you
yeah.
know. And I believe that's a possibility of what could happen. Or, and I was thinking about this today. I mean, what if just two of these things just happen to happen at the same time?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It could
Yeah,
have just been that way.
it
You know,
could have.
it could have been a fight going on over here while these kids decided to fire up this machine
Hmm.
and made this thing come out. Now, when you saw those guys talking at the very beginning, when I showed the video of them kind of freaked out about what they had seen, what are your thoughts about their video on how they were explaining themselves?
Totally believable. I mean, you can see it in the way he was pronouncing everything, and how serious he was. You know, you don't speak like that unless you were there and saw something that took you by surprise.
Right,
Yeah, man.
right. And so you were able to, through the grapevine, let's just put it to you that way,
Hmm.
through the grapevine out there, uh, you were able to kind of get some kind of information. And what is it that they kind of led you to when you kind of went that direction?
But I asked a friend and to ask around, and when they went and asked 3 different people, um, they told my friend that they were not allowed to speak anything about it. They couldn't talk about it. They
Wow.
cried a little bit. They tried to get him to come off of it. I won't say anything, but they weren't coming off of any part of it. Not even to say that there were, kids out there playing around.
Right.
They wouldn't say anything. So
I mean, and I'm gonna show you something. I don't know if you've seen it, if you guys have seen it out there, but while David's on right now, what he just said right now, I'm gonna show you guys a video real quick. Now this is a guy out there. His dad's running for sheriff out there, and he kind of put him on blast. All right, and putting him on blast means that he threw it out there for you guys to see, and maybe he wasn't supposed to. But this is gonna put another nail in the coffin, what David was just talking about. And let's go ahead and watch that video real quick while I got David on.
How have I not heard about this? My dad's a police officer in Miami. And I mean, like, he's even running for sheriff. And I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that. Hey. Hey, did you, have you been seeing the alien stuff? Did you see that at Bayside? Are you serious? You're joking. You're joking. I'm serious. Did they tell you not to talk about it?
How many times you want me to slice the pie? I'm not allowed to talk about it.
What?
I do know what you're talking about, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Can you at least say, like, whatever? So, okay, so they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars? Are you serious? You can't say anything?
I don't know what else you want me to say.
You're no help, dude.
I'm sorry.
yeah, man, that's exactly what we got today.
So if it was a fight between kids and there was fireworks, and then they said they arrested how many, like 20 or some people. I mean, why not talk about it? What is there not to talk about?
Exactly. They let that go all the time. They don't hide that. That's reality right now. And they just don't, they don't hide that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what makes this a double-edged sword, right?
Mhm.
To where we're trying to figure out exactly, come on, man. We see it with our eyes. People are videotaping this stuff. Now, have you seen any of the videos of the actual fighting or the fireworks?
No,
Not
I looked and looked and looked, man. I couldn't
not
find any of
one.
it.
I
No.
haven't seen not one. And
Mm-mm.
you know how kids are these days. They're kind of they'll video everything.
Yep.
Everything that happens. I've even seen them where they murder somebody and they're videotaping this stuff. This is how they don't think. So you'd figure, and I'm just kind of putting this together because their thought process is not all there, right? So they're gonna just make these rash decisions to videotape, like we just talked about right now. We have not seen any video footage of the actual fireworks or the fighting, right?
Right. That's right.
I don't know what to think of this.
I
Now
wish
have
I could find out. I mean, I'd love to be able to go the other way. There's nothing there to hang on to.
right, right, and they keep on saying they might not have been teens, right? Um, now that I got you on the before we leave here for before we get the next guest on, I want you to see this here real quick and just kind of give me your thoughts of what we're looking at here. Now, these are the videos that were coming out on this creature that was walking. Apparently, there was thrown some analysis out there. Like if you look at the bottom left photo, it's showing that this thing that was walking that shows a human about 6 foot tall. Then it kind of ranges up on the following photo of an 8 foot creature that was walking. Now, on the right photo, you see the humanoid creature walking in front of these police cars. Now, this police officer says that the thing that we thought was a creature was an actual human being with a shadow. Okay. What are your thoughts about these photos and the analysis that's on here?
Looking at them, everybody knows shadows are darker. They don't have color to them.
Exactly.
How do you color a shadow?
Exactly.
These, no, it's not shadows. I mean, you can tell. You can see a shadow behind that tall being, whatever it is.
Right.
And you see the dark where the lights are coming out of them, the upper left picture. You can
Right.
see shadows from between the headlights.
Right.
Those are shadows.
Right.
This guy, there's no shadow because he's getting hit on all sides by light. When you
Right.
have lights going to you, you don't have a shadow. It washes it out. You know what I mean?
That's a good eye. That's a good eye because if you kind of look at it, the headlights are pointing at this thing, right? Of
Yep.
these police cars.
There's no shadow cast.
Yeah.
It would be, up and to the left behind it.
Right.
There's nothing there.
It's kind of blurred out.
So that leads me to believe that what these people were saying that at times they were see-through.
Right.
Well, there's no shadow being cast, so it looks like an object, a being that is kind of transparent, see-through. Yeah, man. Where is the shadow? I mean, it's not there.
Yeah, and this one looks kind of grayish color, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So you would kind of figure that what people were seeing out there, first they were saying, okay, these things were like walking shadows, the video that I showed you here earlier, right? And then we see this, right? And in your mind, you're trying to process exactly what people were seeing. I believe they were seeing two different kinds of entities here.
Yeah.
Which was that kind of gray looking one, and then those big, huge black shadow entities that were coming out.
Yep.
Now, you do, I know you work with a little bit around supernatural things like that. Do you believe that by just seeing this, and it kind of breaks it down for you just a little bit, do you think that it's a possibility that these extraterrestrials in the supernatural world may be in that same dimension? Because
I do. Yeah, I've been going over that for the last 2-3 years, trying to figure out exactly what the connection is, and I do believe that they're in the same realm, coming from the same realm.
Exactly. Yeah, I do too, and that's why I put these videos together, and it's so that way people can see exactly what these things are and what was going on.
Yeah.
So David, what do you got for us? You got anything coming up? Anything you're looking for?
No, I've been chilling. I broke my foot. I was just relaxing, playing guitar, writing some music.
Right on.
Chilling out, man. Yeah.
Right on.
Appreciate it, though.
Right on, brother. Well, thank you for your insight tonight. I appreciate you, David. And come on the next one. If we get some more information on this, we'll bring you back and we'll talk a little bit more. Thank you for your information.
Anytime. Thanks a lot, brother. Have a great one.
All right, brother. You too. Have a good one. All right, guys. So, I mean, he gave you a lot of great information there about, what was happening over there. Now, I'm going to show you one more video before I bring Terry on real quick. And then, so you guys can see what we were talking about as far as these shadow figures, okay? So, there's another video out there. And I'm going to try to find it. Okay, here it is. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but check this out. This is another video of these shadow figures that came out that were walking outside. Now, this time they're outside. They're not inside the mall. They're outside walking by these palm trees. Now, what I did was the colors were already adjusted. The person who did this video, they adjusted it, but I adjusted the contrast a little bit more and a little bit to kind of make the shadow pop a little bit more so you guys can kind of see it on video a little bit better. So I believe I was able to pull that off. So here comes the video. Let me go ahead and throw that out for you.
Watch right here. You can see something really tall and kind of translucent. Now here I'm going to back it up so you can slowly see it. You see how tall that is? And it's walking in front. Right there. You see it. and then it kind of disappears into the darkness. Now, here's the video where I edit it with color. You'll see it right there. See it? By the palm tree. And now it's going to walk in front of that building. And see how it's kind of translucent and really tall? And then it disappears. Here we go, one more time. You can kind of see its form. Now watch. It literally walks and is like, watch, right?
Wow. Did you see how tall that thing was? Oh my God, that thing was huge. Was huge. Now, let's go ahead and bring Terry on so we can talk about this right now and kind of explain a little bit of maybe what I want his thoughts as well. I was waiting on Michael Beavers, but he might be working, but it's okay. He might come on here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get Mr. Terry Lynch on right now.
Hey everybody, welcome from the middle.
All right, brother. Nice to see you. Haven't talked to you in a little bit, but what are your thoughts of that video I just showed right now? That thing.
Well, that's from the sounds of it, they opened up a Rosen Bridge of some sort in the middle of the mall. I'd like to start off with that. They had a witness that saw a device be turned on, activated, and the fact that they were moving down through the mall and outside tells me that these were not hologram,
right?
Because they made their way outside. There was police officers at this point outside. These things moved their way through there. Another thing I'd like to point out is that I did not see not one firework being fired off. I didn't see anything that looked like a riot happening. I would also like to point out that they gave a quick generic answer, the law enforcement of the area, and we haven't heard anything else. They pretty much shut down communications on what this is. And from the other videos that there's a lot of things that had opened up to me tonight,
right.
That you showed.
Right.
They're not allowed to talk about it. So what that's telling me is that there's a federal agency that's gotten involved after this large response by the law enforcement in that area. Whenever an incident like this takes place, and there's a large response, and then all of a sudden you don't get any more information. You got to remember these malls. The mall itself has video cameras all over it.
It does.
Just in case it's a mass shooting, they want to try and identify the person that's doing it. Okay, or if there's a situation where there's a riot and a bunch of looting, they're going to show all that on the television so you can identify these people, and they're going to do it as fast as possible. They're going to try and make sure that everybody sees what's going on and who did what. This did not happen. This didn't occur. CNN's not putting anything on. Fox News isn't putting anything on.
Right.
This was shut down fast.
It was.
Okay? You're lucky. The only way we've even seen all this, all of this was they had one, maybe two, 3, 4 hours of this on the news, and then they just shut up completely about it.
Well, they all
heard anything else on the news?
They just that day, because I've been looking through USA News, all the news articles, and they're just talking about it as it happened that day. Now everything just like, oh yeah, it's just Aliens.
Well,
People think
as
they're aliens. Yeah, this is not. It's just a bunch of kids playing with fireworks.
as
Yada,
well as a
yada.
ufologist investigator, these are just things that you look for, you listen for, and if you don't hear any of this other stuff that's supposed to go along with the explanation,
Right.
then there's something else going on.
Exactly.
Especially when you have law enforcement giving a real quick brief, and then they put a little alien guy next to him to try and throw the tinfoil hat version in. They're trying to put the stigma back on this when everybody knows the stigma's been removed. And when people respond the way they were, there were people running away from these large beings.
Right.
Now, a Rosen bridge, for the people that don't know what that is, it's called a thin wall wormhole. That's something that Dr. Nathaniel Rosen, Dr. Albert Einstein came up with as a theory. And then that theory turned into a black hole. And a black hole became something that actually exists. We have these things all over the universe. They exist. They've proven they exist. And it's something else, that something could be moving from one location to another in a smaller version of the Rosen Bridge, a
That's a
thin-wall
possibility.
wormhole.
And it's a possibility that these kids open something up. Now,
Correct.
Now I'm gonna show. I'm gonna watch this other video real quick. It's the one where that creature's walking in, like what me and David were talking about. They're walking. It's walking in front of the police cars. Okay, the shadow person. That's what the person that's walking with a large shadow on him. Okay, so this is the video of it. I'm going to show it to you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it out there, but it is a good version of it. So I'm going to put it out right now. Here we go.
Watch right here. You can see something.
Oh, wrong one. Okay, here it is.
This might be a little tricky for me, but I'm going to do it. Here we go. This is trickier than it looks, but okay, let's try it in slow-mo. It's right there, this white, blurry-looking creature walking. Right there. There you go. It is definitely like a blurry, very tall entity. It is by itself. And just like that guy's testimony, it looks as though it's blurry, fades in and out. Definitely stands out from the rest.
What do you think?
I would like to add that the large gray that I had seen was somewhere between 8 to 10 feet tall inside of the craft. So it's a little bit easier for me to believe what I'm seeing here than probably the average person, because I've seen it. I've been face to face with what I've seen. This is something that's going to start occurring more and more and more. We've moved into something here. We've moved into a time where these things are going to become more of a regular occurrence. And yeah, oh yeah, look at that. I think I remember seeing this at one point, a giant on top of a mountain.
Okay, so this just happened. I posted a photo out there for you guys out there in audio world. I believe the photo in the middle was up, I guess, in Brazil again. But there was this creature walking, and I grabbed the video, but I couldn't find the video right off the bat. So I grabbed a still shot photo of it, of this, and this is just days after this Miami incident. Okay, so the creature in the middle that you're seeing up there on top of the mountain, and there's two of them. There's another one on the right walking up. So these things are huge, whatever they are. Now I think what's his name, Alec, there in the UK, he's grabbed some photos that are pretty close to that slim looking thing that's up there that I've seen that he has. Now, the photo on the right was a photo of this kid that was outside. He said he saw this thing just for a second and he was able to grab a photo of it. And it looked like some kind of wormhole that was opening up just for a second. He grabbed a photo of it. Bam. It was gone before he blinked his eye. But he was physically looking at this. I don't know if it was in Minnesota or Wisconsin, something like that up north. And this is what he caught outside his home.
Yeah, that would be a Rosen bridge.
Now, is there any correlation between what happened on that day, and then all of a sudden people start seeing a little bit more of these portals open up? Then they start seeing these giant creatures on top of mountains walking, right?
I believe that this is something that's going to start occurring more and more every week. We're going to start seeing stuff like this.
Right.
They're going to tell us it's something different until it becomes something that's just unavoidable to say, okay, this is what's actually happening. But I think we're going to start seeing more and more of this. It could be as simple as an Anunnaki second coming, which I don't think would actually be a simple thing, but it could be that. And if that's the case, we better be ready. We better be ready for sure,
Well,
because we were what they used for tools.
And I mean, we see these portals opening up everywhere now. We're starting to see more videos come out. Of course, there's films out there about these things happening once you open Pandora's box. Okay, once you open Pandora's box, everything starts occurring. Right, all these things starts happening. Changes start happening to the earth. Climatic things were happening, like almost apocalyptic. We saw the Pacific Ocean there in California, for 4 days or 5 days, going over all over the place. There was a tsunami, there was a earthquake in Japan, days before that happened. A lot of things were happening that throw this realm into like, what if these kind of films, about apocalyptic and the seventh horseman and, somebody opening Pandora's box. What if these things is actually something that's actually happening?
Right. It's actually 4 horsemen.
Oh,
however, I will tell you, in the next 24 hours here, we're expecting a blizzard of proportions that we're not used to. The snow on the ground. We're expecting another 4 feet by tomorrow morning. It doesn't look like it's happening right now, but as soon as you go to sleep, you could wake up and there's 4 feet of snow. And then we're expecting by the end of the weekend another 2 feet on top of that. So this is 4 days ago, 5 days ago, we didn't have anything at all on the ground.
Right.
Everything was warm and everything was. All of a sudden, we're having a shift, and that shift is all due to whatever's been taking place out in the Pacific Ocean here. This large storm that's been coming in, it's been bringing extremely large waves, like you said. I mean, they're talking. It was like 30 foot waves down at Ocean Beach in San Diego, on the pier there, knocking stuff off the pier. We're having definite some climate issues that are going on at the moment. I haven't been able to pay close enough attention to what's going on the East Coast, but it sounds like they're having the same kind of conditions. Our Australian friend right now, he's up in Canada,
right,
and he says that he last time I talked to him, or we all talked to him, it was 35 below zero at his location.
Yeah, it is. That was today. That was actually today.
That was today.
So let me ask you this question, Terry. Why the cover up, man? I mean, why
mass fear? They're trying to stop us from having a mass panic attack, a mass fear take place, because well, think about it. It doesn't take much to take this crowd of us, and our first response is grab up a gun and go and defend our whatever. That's the first response that we have if we think that we're being threatened. So we all get ourselves ready to protect our families and our friends, and if we see something that's different or strange, well, then we try and we kill it. That's just what we do. I guarantee you, if this is what's taking place, we won't worry about the southern border no more, buddy. We won't worry about won't worry about borders anymore.
Yeah,
we'll be happy to have any friend that'll come help.
Exactly. And these things, and I think they had no control over it, really, in reality. I think because people said actually on a couple of other videos that I caught that these things actually walked out, went towards the water, floated all the way towards the water, or walked towards the water in the ocean, then turned around and they came back and they disappeared. Right. This is what a couple of people had said on the TikTok thing, that what they had seen. Right. And just like the first guy said, all our phones went dead, man. That's why you couldn't record half of this stuff, right?
Well, it's interesting if a being is putting out an EMP like that, electromagnetic pulse, and shutting your everything electrical down.
Exactly. Now, this is going to be the last one, and I'm going to show this video. This is going to blow you away, Terry. I don't know if you saw it or you were able to catch up to this.
A lot of this is very new to me. A lot of things you're showing now is very new.
Okay, so this is going to be the last one. This is where it's all going to come together for us tinfoil hat people. Yeah. Okay, and not just tinfoil hat people. This is for everybody. Really, in reality, people in history. All this is going to come together. Watch this guy real quick. This is going to blow you away.
Dude, it took me right to Antarctica, man. Holy moly. And the other one's at the North Pole. How weird is that? That's not possible. Y'all got to watch all three parts. All right, as you can see, this is the Miami Mall coordinates where the aliens were. So I'm going to change the west and north to south and east. And look where it takes us. Right to Antarctica. But look, y'all know it's even more weird, though? Watch this. Now I'm going to take the coordinates. I'm going to change the south and the east to I think it's west and north or north and west. So watch this. Here it comes. Changing that to north, changing that to west. And look where it takes me. Right to the mall. This takes me right to the mall. Okay? So then I just change the west and north around, and look where it takes me. The North Pole. Well, technically Greenland, but dude, that is wild, man.
Keep in mind, I got something else to say about that now that I've seen that. Keep in mind that that's the tip of the Bermuda Triangle.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Did you now? If we draw a line from what he just showed us from there to Antarctica and then straight to Greenland, it's going to make a different triangle. It's going to point actually that direction towards Greenland. But that whole space is going to be there in that general triangular area, right? So, yeah. And it kind of makes sense. Did these things get the coordinates wrong to where they went to the wrong place?
I think that if we were just, God, I wish we had funding. I wish we had some good funding, because what we need to do is we need to send ufologists to this location in Florida, and we need to start setting up our cameras head straight up or towards the equator itself, and start filming the skyline. I'm willing to bet you that you're going to start seeing thousands of craft moving at full speed. And you know what my full speed is? 22 miles per second. I guarantee you that we're going to start seeing craft going by, and we're going to start identifying all kinds of things. Like, what was that? You just got in trouble today by what was that film guy? Corbell.
JC, and not Jesus
JC. Right. The guy who knows Bob Lazar. Well, I think we're safe saying Bob Lazar here. Anyway, I think we're going to start seeing more and more craft like what he's been putting out and things. He's a little more advanced than the rest of us on this. He's got better friends.
He's got intel.
Yes, intel. He's got military intel behind him, where we have to either get it ourselves or we have to wait till the agency lets it slip out through him.
Right.
However, we are getting as what our strength is his weakness. We become a global network as ASDP. Exactly. So we have people all over the world that are doing exactly what I'm doing, you're doing. I'm going to do this again because everybody knows I like to do this. I'm Nikon. Nikon put these in all of ASDP's hands.
That's
You
right.
won't be sorry for it. You will sell more of these once we start showing people what we can get with them. This one's a P1000. Every one of us need one of these, or a P900 or a P950. Okay. Thank you, Nikon. I'm going to keep asking until you do this.
And you'll probably get good photos like this, a nice zoom. So actually, in reality, man, I believe Marisol lives in that area, and she grabs almost weekly. She'll grab a craft, UFO craft once a week or twice a week up there. So that's why when we saw that happen with the Antarctica thing, the Bermuda Triangle thing. I mean, everything connects together, right? Whether you believe this or not, whether people out there believe this or not, and believe that what happened in Miami or didn't happen, we just showed you the proof. We just showed you the evidence. We just showed you the other side too of it. Like, this didn't happen. It was kids, bottle rockets, yada yada yada, whatever.
I didn't see any bottle rockets, firecrackers. I didn't see any fighting going on. I didn't see any looting going on. With all the different stuff that you just showed, basically what we got was a nice cover by law enforcement for possibly another agency that came in and said, okay, you all just saw this. Now, everybody look at this, and there's going to be a light that flashes.
Yeah. It might be 4, and it is what it is. All we can do is just keep on giving disclosure. We unfortunately we've come to the end of our podcast, but I thank you, Terry, for being on the show and giving us your insight. Thank you, Mr. David Aliff. I'm gonna throw him on screen real quick one more time so we can say hello and goodbye at the same time. He's been listening.
David, rub some dirt on that foot, like I told you.
Yes, sir. Without a doubt.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate all y'all's insight. You guys are top notch. Appreciate you. Love you both. And just hang around there in the background, man. This is an awesome show.
Anytime.
All right. ASDP, we're strong. We're global. Also remember, disclosure starts with your story and respect.
Exactly.
Okay.
Great words. Oh, sorry about that. Great words, man, from a great man. One more time. Go ahead, David.
Hey, thanks for everything. I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a great one.
All right. You too, brother. Thank you, man. All right, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of information. John Dickinson says, it's a great show, y'all. This isn't over. We had Anibal in the background. You never get mass law enforcement out there get together that fast, and that is true. That is exactly true. Anibal says, nice work. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Actually, Anibal will be on the last film, the middle part 4. He's got some amazing stories, and I hope you guys are able to catch that film when it comes out later in the year, probably in the end of 2024 winter. That's when we expect that film to come out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I know we've been out for a couple of weeks, but we're coming back. We're coming back strong. I appreciate everybody for watching tonight. We had a bunch of people watching tonight. Thank you. People from X were out there, giving out some feedback. Everybody out there on Instagram was actually giving feedback as well. We just had a lot of people just chiming in, man, and I appreciate it. I couldn't thank you anymore. We were going to stop doing this as far as video, but I think we're just going to keep on going. Even Miles from X, actually that's X is Twitter. So they're able to comment. Now people can comment now from X. So if you guys are on X, watching on X, you can comment as well, man. The only one that we can't see the comments is on Instagram, unfortunately, but thank you guys for watching on Instagram. I appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys got a lot of information. Like I said, we're just giving you the information, and it's up to you to decide, whether to believe it or don't. That's all up to you. Always keep your eyes in the skies, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. 26, 27 platforms. You can even ask Alexa to play some Alien Strand podcast, and she will, or he will, or Samuel Davis, or whoever they'll play some Alien Strand podcast. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, 26 platforms, man. We're on video, YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube, please. And, we're going to get some more videos out there. Oh, one last thing before I go. Now, the middle part 2 has been taking a long time to get up out there. They told me it might take about 12 weeks. I'm like, come on, man. All my people are waiting for this film. I can't wait 12 weeks. We've already been waiting, 5 weeks already? So I'm getting on this other platform. on my own, okay? I'm going to fund this myself, and I'm going to try to put the movie there so you guys can actually purchase and watch it there, okay? And I'll keep the price low for you guys to watch it. So it'll probably be on Vimeo, all right? Or Vimeo or something like that. Check it out there here pretty soon. I'll let you know when it comes out there, if it comes out before all these other platforms. But thank you guys for watching today's show. I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good evening. And have yourselves a good night. Alien Strand Podcast. Save it to your favorites.
Hi, this is ASDP Ufologist Jody Brown from Arizona, and you are watching Alien Strand Podcast with host Donald Ledesma.